Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. Of course, we are here on Friday Night Smackdown, and it is time to settle an old rivalry down from NXT. Two men that have come up from NXT after NXT's doors closed officially at the start of this season. Swerve Strickland made his debut. And look at this!
From Tacoma.
I was gonna say Bron Breakker. Oh my goodness gracious, chopping at the knee of Swerve Strickland here. Bron Breakker does not look like he's dressed to compete right now. And Swerve Strickland's trying to light Breakker up now after that heinous assault. Remember last week on Friday Night SmackDown during the Intercontinental title #1 contenders battle. Oh my god, German suplex on the outside. I was going to say, during that Battle Royal, it was Swerve Strickland who eliminated Bron Breakker from the match. Like I said, rivalry renewed when Swerve returned to NXT back in January. It had to be NXT New Year's Evil, as a matter of fact. He was Bron Breakker's surprise opponent. And ever since then, these two have had this taste for one another. Who could forget Swerve Strickland brought the dominating Oba Femi into the WWE and basically sicked him right on Bron Breakker. And basically, Oba Femi destroyed Bron Breakker, sent him packing out of NXT. We never saw Bron Breakker in NXT again, except for at Stand and Deliver when he was a surprise team member of Mello and Trix. And now Swerve Strickland getting into the ring now. We're gonna see a match. Bron Breakker's not even dressed to compete, folks. Swerve Strickland trying to light Bron Breakker up, and now, oh my goodness, double foot stomp to the back, and oh my goodness gracious, these two men have a bitter disdain for one another. Swerve Strickland and Bron Breakker. I mean, it is tensions riding an all-time high between these two as Swerve Strickland looks to light Bron Breakker up. No. Bron Breakker trying to fight out of this, but Swerve Strickland has other plans in mind. Breakker could be in a world of trouble. Both men in a prone position, just elbowing at the neck. It's Swerve Strickland, my goodness gracious. Swerve Strickland now, wait a minute. You gotta be kidding me. A poison run off the top rope. Poison run off the top rope. Both men crashing and burning. Swerve Strickland with a poison run off the top rope to Bron Breakker. Now, wait a minute. We heard a bell ring, but Swerve Strickland, I don't think he gives a damn about a match. The referee trying to tell him, I guess this is an official match. Bron Breakker is not dressed to compete. This is a all-out wars. This is a huge Hurricane Rana from Bron Breakker. Look at this. Breakker trying to get a pinfall in this sanctioned match, I guess. I guess this is a wrestling match, folks. I mean, Bron Breakker does not look like he's dressed to compete right now, but I don't think Swerve Strickland would care if Bron Breakker is sitting there in his underwear right now. They're going to war. They're going to war. Like I said, these two men do not like one another as Swerve Strickland dumps Breakker to the top. And now, wait a minute. Swerve Strickland, big things in mind. Springboard. Vaulting plancha over the top rope to take out Breakker. The ref's counting and everything. We must have an actual match going on now. Swerve Strickland taking it to Breakker. Blue Thunderbomb on the outside. My goodness gracious. And now where the hell is Swerve Strickland going? He says, Bron, meet me out into the crowd. He doesn't want a wrestling match. He wants a freaking fight. Swerve Strickland, bad intentions on the mind now. As he grabs a steel chair. And Bron Breakker looking to get back into the ring, but Swerve Strickland's going to chase him back in there. Swerve wanted to fight out in the crowd, out into the sold-out crowd here tonight. Of course, Bron Breakker's going to think better of it, and a huge elbow to the face of Swerve Strickland. Now, wait a minute. Imagine what this would do to Bron Breakker if he's to make Swerve Strickland submit in the middle of this ring. I mean, I still can't even believe this is an actual match, folks. These two are having an all-out brawl. Swerve is dressed for competition. Bron Breakker is not, however. And this was supposed to be a signed sanctioned match to open our show, Bron Breakker versus Swerve Strickland, after the events of last week. But like I said, Bron Breakker clearly trying to get the jump on Swerve Strickland. Now both men just towering away at each other. Now Swerve sending Breakker off the rope. Look at this beautiful arm drag, cartwheel drop kick to the face of Mr. Breakker there. These two men are on a collision course, man, heading into our first pay-per-view of WWE 2K24 Backlash. Swerve Strickland now. Wait a minute. Oh, no water in the pool. Bron Breakker now takes it to Swerve. Now, wait a minute. Showing off that strength is Bron Breakker out here doing this in a leather jacket and some jeans. I mean, this boy's just different. The badass Bron Breakker, man. Now in full control of Swerve Strickland. And like I said, this is an all-out war here, folks. An all-out war between these two men. I don't even know how you could consider this a wrestling match at this point. And look at this. Oh my God, what a knee strike to the face. A knee strike to the face of Bron Breakker. And now Swerve sending Breakker over the top rope. Once again to the outside. These two men do not want to have a wrestling match. They want to have an all-out brawl. And now Swerve Strickland has bad intentions on the mind for Bron Breakker now. You know what the hell, Swerve Strickland trying to switch things up here, but Breakker's going to find a way out of here. No, instead Swerve Strickland dumps him head first onto the steel steps. Like I said, an all-out brawl between these two men. Nothing short of a wrestling match. And now look at this. Flying meteor to the shoulders of Bron Breakker. Remember, it was Breakker that initiated this assault. It was Breakker that initiated this assault. Swerve is just implying. He's just implying to Bron Breakker, count of 9. Breakker just won by count out? I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know if I want to even consider this a wrestling match. These two men just beat the absolute bejesus out of one another. Breakker's going to take the cheap victory, I suppose. I mean, shades of Randy Orton at WrestleMania taking a count-out victory. You can see Bron Breakker is wearing his wounds tonight, folks. Breakker in a bad way. After basically trying to get the jump on Swerve Strickland, but Strickland showed him that mama ain't raised no B-word, that's for sure. The Swerve the realist, showing Bron Breakker he is indeed the realist on Friday nights. Man, you cannot tell me that rivalry's over. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, we're gonna move gears, folks, because we have the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion in the building here tonight. Miss Sasha Banks, fresh off a victory against the EST Bianca Belair a few weeks ago in Hollywood, of course, at WrestleMania. You know, Sasha Banks looking on to bigger and better things as she reigns atop Friday Night Smackdown with that Women's World Championship. Chaotic way to start our night, folks. We're going to, try and get back into gear here, try and get back to the norm of, wrestling matches. Technically, I guess that would be a wrestling match was started, but you could have fooled me because those two men were trying to take each other's heads off. They were not trying to pin each other's shoulders down to the mat for a 3 count. That's all I got to say. But yes, indeed, we are moving on to a wrestling match here tonight. Miss Sasha Banks getting ready to take on Michin Mia Yim in singles competition. Our main event here tonight will actually decide who the Ring General Gunther's next opponent will be. It is indeed his WrestleMania opponent, Cody Rhodes, trying to vie for a rematch against the almighty Bobby Lashley, somebody that Cody Rhodes is all too familiar with, especially when it comes to the Backlash event. Remember last year, Cast your minds back. Bobby Lashley was the man to defeat Cody Rhodes a month into his title reign, a month into him defeating the Tribal Chief at last year's WrestleMania, that being Cody Rhodes. So Bobby Lashley has always been this demon in the back of Cody Rhodes' head. They had a few other matches after Backlash, but I mean, how can you look at a man the same after, he ends this reign of yours, this story that barely even got to begin. Just talking about Cody Rhodes, and wait a minute, Mia Yim trying to throw caution to the wind, but Sasha Banks, wise beyond her years, able to just, kind of stay out of harm's way there. Now Kawada kicks to the face of Mia Yim. Gotta believe there's a big head on Sasha's shoulders here tonight. After coming up on a victory against Bianca Belair, almost righting a wrong of the past. Remember the prior WrestleMania match between those two women. Beautiful meteor from Sasha Banks, and now wait a minute, only gets the 1 count. The prior meeting between those two women, Bianca Belair came up with her hand in victory. This time Sasha Banks was able to come up with her hand in victory. And now look at this huge moonsault from Mia Yim. And look, if Mia Yim puts on a pretty good performance here tonight, dare I say, should she defeat Sasha Banks in this match, I mean, you gotta believe that that's going to warrant a title match in the future, perhaps even at Backlash in Puerto Rico. And now look at this, Sasha Banks, oh my goodness gracious. Throwing caution to the wind is our Women's World Champion. Suicide dive, and she got hella airtime, might I add. Sasha Banks now throwing Mia Yim back into the ring. Like I said, you cannot help but feel this aura of Sasha Banks since defeating the EST at WrestleMania. Almost feels like Sasha Banks is on top of the world right now, but she just got dropped down to planet Earth with that flapjack from Mia Yim. Now wrenching at the knee of Sasha Banks is Mia Yim. And now wait a minute, dragging the women's champ into the ropes. What's Mia Yim got planned here? Dumps it out onto the ring canvas. Just a stomp to the chest for good measure. Oh my goodness, what a kick to the face though, and a huge drop kick. Women's World Champion fighting back now in this match. As now Banks throws Mia Yim into the corner and now kicks to the abdomen of Michin Mia Yim. She could find herself in a world of trouble here. This is where Sasha Banks thrives. Pinpointing a body part and targeting it and wearing it down to exhaustion is what Sasha Banks does best. And now, oh my goodness, little shout out to her. Yeah, I was going to say a little shout out to her favorite wrestler of all time, the late great Eddie Guerrero, Mr. Latino Heat, and now Sasha Banks. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was probably unnecessary, but Sasha Banks, like I said, she feels like she is in charge of this new era of women coming into the WWE. And now, oh my goodness, what a clothesline from Sasha Banks now. Now Banks measuring Mia Yim up to her feet. Another drop kick for good measure. And now wait a minute, big DDT to Mia Yim as well. Sasha Banks going for the cover. Count of one, only a 1 count there. Sasha Banks though, full head of steam. Oh, I don't think she got all of it, but she definitely got enough of it. Meteor to the face, and oh my goodness gracious, I think she went for a second one. But Mia Yim, wait a minute, caught Banks off guard, and now look at this, knees to the face of Sasha Banks. Banks could be out here. Banks could be out here. She's in a bad way against Mia Yim, and now wait a minute. I think she was going for, oh my goodness gracious, I think she was going for her finish there. But now Sasha Banks, drop toe hold, blocked by Mia Yim. Going for the eat defeat. Sorry, I couldn't even think of the finishing move's name at first, but it came to me. And now wait a minute, Sasha Banks, kick to the midsection. No. Oh, Mia Yim reverses it though into a neck breaker of her own. Definitely taking the fight to the Women's World Champion. Like I said, she recognizes the opportunity at hand. But wait a minute, Banks again with the Meteora. Again with the Meteora, but again, not enough to get the job done. Now Banks asking for Mia Yim to get to her feet, and another Meteor on the outside. We actually saw Swerve hit that in I want to say last match, I want to say last segment, I don't know what to call it. Bron Breakker technically in the record books got a count-out victory over. Oh my God! Just smashed her knee right into the canvas. Nothing pretty about it, but there was something pretty about that. Northern Lights suplex now to Sasha Banks. And now, wait a minute, caught the boots. Oh, a kick to the midsection though. And now Banks in full control once again as Mia Yim's in a bad way. No. A second time. A second time she just smashed her knee. A second time she just smashed her knee. And now, wait a minute, off the rope. Springboard DDT. Spikes the Women's World Champion. And Banks is reeling now. Mia Yim can feel the tides turning. She can feel the momentum in her corner now. As Yim taking a bit of a breather, but that might be something you don't want to do as a huge drop kick from Sasha Banks now. Now wait a minute, go for Hurricane Rana, but Mia Yim again had that scouted alley-oop bomb instead. Alley-oop bomb to Sasha Banks. And now wait a minute, what the hell's Mia Yim got planned here? That leg, you could see she landed twice on that knee from the top rope. It's got to be in a bad way. And now look at this huge Hurricane Rana from Mia Yim taking out Sasha Banks. And now again, kick to that knee that Sasha Banks, to her detriment, has injured herself pretty much. I mean, she's been her own worst enemy in this match. But Mia Yim looking to get the job done here tonight, throws Sasha Banks halfway across on the outside of the ring. Oh my goodness, what a kick to the midsection. We're getting some great camera angles from these ladies. A count of 4. Mia Yim does not want to win this match on a count out, unlike Mr. Bron Breakker in the last match. Because obviously, you know, Mia Yim is not the Women's World Champion. She is indeed in a battle with the Women's World Champions. Now she throws some Kawada kicks at Sasha Banks. A little rubbing dirt in the wound type of scenario. Sasha Banks hit her with Kawada kicks earlier in the match. Like I said, Mia Yim does not want to win this match on a count-out victory. There's no glory, there's no honor in that. You can't claim yourself for the Women's World Championship by defeating the champion herself in a count-out. You have to pin those shoulders down to the mat for a 3 count, which she almost just did right there. And now wait a minute, she gets it this time. She gets the eat defeat this time. Center of the ring, hit it flush. Hit it flush. And no, Sasha Banks has to kick out at 2. Banks kicks out at 2. Mia Yim thought she had Banks dead to rights, and now Kawada kicks to the face once again. And now Mia Yim again scaling the top rope, going for that one final move. 450. Oh, she hits it. 450 to Sasha Banks now. 1, 2. No, Banks gets the shoulder again. Shoulder out again. I don't think Banks can even believe it. And now a big moonsault. Could that be enough? Could that be enough? 1, 2. Banks again kicks. Banks again kicks. Mia Yim has to be getting frustrated. She just hit Sasha Banks with 2 of the biggest moves I've ever seen anybody kick out of. A 450 and a springboard moonsault back to back. And now back to the outside, another Northern Lights suplex. Another Northern Lights suplex. Banks is in a bad way. Mia Yim can smell the blood in the water, but the problem is, what does she have to do to put this woman away? Sasha Banks throws Mia Yim into the ring now. Throws Mia Yim into the ring. Now, wait a minute. Caught her with the Banks statement. Caught her with the Banks statement. Center of the ring. Center of the ring. A variation of the Banks statement at that, but still the Banks statement. Mia Yim. Now, wait a minute. A second eat defeat. A second eat defeat to put Banks away. 1, 2, 3. Indeed, Mia Yim just put Sasha Banks away, defeating the Women's World Champion. But still, of course, Sasha Banks remains Women's World. Oh my goodness gracious. Almost completely after being overshadowed is Mia Yim's victory, because a storm has arrived in the face of the boss herself. Sasha Banks obviously probably not happy with the outcome of this match, but Mia Yim put up a hell of a fight and earned that victory over the Women's World Champion. And honestly, if you ask me, that gives Mia Yim the rights to a future Women's World Championship match. But it looks like she's going to have to wait in line. If not, she's going to have to answer to a very big problem here on Friday Night SmackDown. She's going to have to weather the storm, that being Mrs. Jade Cargill. And ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for our main event here tonight. As I said, World Heavyweight Championship implications on the line. The man that came oh so close at WrestleMania to putting the Ring General away, Cody Rhodes, looking to get the job done once again here tonight and find himself in a rematch for Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. But he has to go through quite possibly, as I mentioned before, quite possibly the biggest demon that lays in the back of his mind of them all, in the almighty Bobby Lashley, a man that has had Cody's number night after night. We saw these two join forces, the SmackDown before WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes almost aiding his alliance with Bobby Lashley. As you can see, that arm still kind of taped up from the assault from Roman Reigns. And Bobby Lashley now trying to move on to bigger and better things here on Friday Night SmackDown. One thing being facing a man he has never come face to face in a ring with before, the Ring General Gunther, the most dominated World Heavyweight Champion, quite possibly of them all. Gunther has held that championship since last year's WrestleMania, walked out this past year's WrestleMania still the champion after taking literally any and everything that this man right here, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, could throw at him. And yet, still, we do not see Cody Rhodes coming out here with that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist. But nonetheless, you know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Cody Rhodes wants to run it back with the Ring General Gunther. He will first have to get through the almighty Bobby Lashley to do so, to find himself a booked ticket to Puerto Rico. Cody Rhodes is going to have to do in the back of his mind what he deems almost nearly impossible. Rhodes has defeated Bobby Lashley before. Remember, Bobby Lashley took the championship away from Cody Rhodes last year at Backlash, but Rhodes was able to reclaim that title a month later. But you know, of course, we know eventually Rhodes would run into his former mentor, one of his former best friends in the business, Randy Orton, betraying Cody Rhodes, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Rhodes after Rhodes had gone to a vicious battle just a week prior, before these two men were supposed to respectfully, you know, getting that ring and challenge for the WWE Championship. A lot of people thought that Rhodes should have chose Randy Orton for WrestleMania, but instead he wanted to go the Gunther route. And now he finds himself down a rabbit hole, so to speak, with that World Heavyweight Championship here on Friday Night SmackDowns, because now he has to go through the almighty Bobby Lashley to find himself back into contention of that World Heavyweight Championship. And Bobby Lashley is hungry for opportunity, man. He hasn't been a WWE champion. Like we said last month, or last year, he was champion for a month before Rhodes took that title back. But before that, Lashley has not been the world champion in this company for quite some time. And he also always welcomes new challengers, and Gunther would be a new challenger for the Almighty. And now look at this. Throwing Cody Rhodes over to the ropes is Lashley. These two men, like I said, no, I don't want to say no love lost there. I think it's just a different form of respect than what you were used to seeing. These two men definitely respect one another, but also maybe there's a bit of resentment there between these two, as Cody Rhodes drops Lashley with a huge elbow to the face, and now slamming Lashley's head onto the ground, and now just stomping out Bobby Lashley. Kick to the midsection now. And now Lashley reversing Cody Rhodes' attempt to throw him back in the ring, refusing to give him that satisfaction. Oh, but a huge clothesline, Larry, I don't know, just stuffed Lashley. And if I'm Rhodes, I'm going for that arm, man. That arm is weakened. Remember, Roman Reigns threw Lashley into those steps all those weeks ago leading up to WrestleMania. Seems like that arm is performing pretty fine right now, but, I mean, you always want to test its limits. And Rhodes, if you want to find yourself in a World Heavyweight Championship match against Gunther for a second time, you're going to have to do any and everything you can to put the Almighty down, as he just drives his shoulder into the abdomen of Bobby Lashley. And now Cody Rhodes, wait a minute, suicide dive out to the floor. Goes Bobby Lashley, and now Rhodes. Wait a minute, no, there it is. He went shoulder first into the steps again. Just as I said, you need to work on that arm, and that's exactly what Rhodes is doing. That's exactly what Rhodes is doing. More shots to the arm. Count of 5. Now, oh my goodness gracious, might have just pulled that arm out of its socket. Rhodes definitely in a different demeanor here tonight than what we're used to seeing. But Bobby Lashley tucks him away with his good shoulder. Huge shoulder block to Rhodes, showing him that maybe I don't need two arms. Remember, he walked into WrestleMania one man in an ass-kicking contest. And now, wait a minute. Oh, still has a little power in that arm, though, because he lifted him up for that elevated flatliner with it. But now Cody Rhodes, a kick to the head there. And now look at this, a huge bulldog to the Almighty. Going for a cover here. 1. Lashley's out at 1, though. Now Lashley again trying to get some. Wait a minute, Rhodes over the top. Oh my God, I was gonna say Lashley was trying to get a breather. Rhodes is not going to allow that. He cannot take Lashley lightly. He knows not to take Lashley lightly. This is a man that has every bit of the power to put you away anytime he wants to. And now wait a minute, Rhodes in full control so far. Final cut from Cody Rhodes. Shout out to his brother Dustin. Count of 2, almost got the job done. Almost got the job done, but Lashley, like I said, perhaps one of the toughest SOBs we have in this company. Cody Rhodes again just working over that arm, and this is beautiful tactics from Cody Rhodes. This is a man that knows what it takes to get to the promised land, so to speak, to get back on the mountain. But he's had a hell of a struggle getting back on the mountain as of late. As now Bobby Lashley, big dominator out of nowhere. Might have just put the exclamation point on this match. Count of 2, Rhodes gets out at 2. Lashley, man, this is what I said. He, at any point in this match, he could put this thing away if he wants to, as he just dumps Rhodes over the top rope. Again with that bad arm. You would think that he'd be kind of like trying to favor his good arm, but I guess Lashley is just, he's not prone to weakness. He doesn't want to show any weakness. He's too prideful for that. I mean, he leads the Pride, consisting of him, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. So, of course, he wants to set an example when it comes to Pride. And Lashley is one of the most prideful competitors we have here, folks. Former member of the United States Army is Bobby Lashley. And now, wait a minute. Oh, my God. They weren't training that in the Army, that's for sure. Huge splash to Cody Rhodes. And that will reset the count, and that's exactly what Bobby Lashley wanted. And now he works over Cody Rhodes' arm, giving him a little taste of Rhodes' own medicine. And now, oh my goodness gracious, the power, oh my God, deadlift power slam on the outside. Rhodes is taking a beating here tonight, and we all knew that he would, with the World Heavyweight Championship lingering in the near future before one of these men. Question is, who will it be, Lashley or Rhodes? These guys always find themselves involved in a world title picture. It just so happens that neither of them are champs at this time around. As now Lashley dragging Cody into the turnbuckle. Oh, but Cody Rhodes fights out of it now. Wait a minute, that might be the open. No, that might be the window of opportunity that Cody Rhodes needed. He just hit a Cody cutter out of nowhere. Count of 2. Lashley pops the shoulder. Lashley pops the shoulder. Rhodes cannot believe it. Rhodes cannot believe it that Lashley is still in this thing. An elbow, a beautiful pinpoint elbow strike to the jaw. Enough to stun Lashley, enough time to get that Cody cutter. And now, wait a minute, Cody Rhodes, once again, a high-risk, high-reward scenario. Hurricane Rana off the top one. Oh, no, never mind, Lashley got out at 1. The crowd chanting justifiable, this is awesome chance. And now, wait a minute, Rhodes, second time of a suicide dive for the second time in this match. Cody is pulling out all the stops, man. He's doing any and everything that he possibly can to find himself in Puerto Rico. Springboard moonsault to Bobby Lashley, as now Cody Rhodes trying to get Lashley back in the ring once again. Lashley is still somehow getting up to his feet, though. Cody Rhodes has to be wondering what it's going to take. Perhaps that single leg springboard drop kick could be enough. 1. Oh my, again, just a 1 count. Just a 1 count. And now, wait a minute. Oh, I think that was a shot to the head or maybe the shoulder. Like I said, he's been targeting that arm as Cody Rhodes. And this is the wrong arm here, but maybe perhaps looking to do a little bit more damage to the other arm this time. But again, Lashley valiantly fighting out of it. And now, wait a minute, Lashley seemed to have just found a second gear. Spear out of nowhere. Spear out of nowhere to put Lashley on a plane to Puerto Rico. Rhodes gets the shoulder again. And now both men have hit each other with quite possibly the biggest move in their arsenals. I mean, we haven't seen it Crossroads yet. Fight forever chants in the crowd. Cody Rhodes now in a bad way. Oh my God, he's gushing. Wait a minute, we just said we didn't see the Crossroads. We just said we didn't see the Crossroads out of nowhere. A bloodied, bruised, battered Cody Rhodes to put Lashley away. No, again gets the shoulder. Again gets the shoulder, and once again grabbing at that arm. Oh no, that's the bad arm. That's the bad arm. That's the bad arm. He's wrenching at the bad arm. He's wrenching at that bad arm. Damn it, he's gonna break it. He's gonna break the. Lashley somehow finding another. No, another spear. Another spear out of nowhere. 1, 2. How the hell did Cody Rhodes kick out of a second spear? Lashley cannot believe Rhodes is still in this fight, man. And now, wait a minute. Oh! Out of harm's way! Out of harm's way! And now Lashley sending Rhodes for a ride. Big neck breaker. Big neck breaker. And now, what the hell's Lashley got to play? How the hell is this match still going, folks? That's what I want to know. Big splash again. Got all of it. Got all of it. Rhodes is bloodied. Lashley can quite literally smell blood in the water. He can smell that World Heavyweight Championship opportunity coming to him on a silver platter. And believe me, if Lashley can put away Cody Rhodes here tonight, that gives him all the confidence in the world that he can be the man to dethrone the Ring General in Puerto Rico. And now stomping out Rhodes. Rhodes is in a bad way, man. Lashley has put a beating down on Rhodes here tonight, as he always does. What the hell? My God! Lashley now throwing caution to the wind. This is exactly what it means. This is exactly the type of performances that you will see when World Heavyweight Championship implications are on the line. Oh my God. A dominator on the outside of the ring. A dominator on the outside of the ring. And now Lashley looking to put the final nail in the coffin. He's got him in the hurt lock on the outside. If he could just maybe make Rhodes pass out, I don't know, and just get him back into the ring. Count of 6. Both men do not want to get counted out here. We've seen far too many countouts as it is on this episode of SmackDown. But again, getting the neck breaker. Now, wait a minute. A crossroads on the outside? Crossroads on the outside. Count of 8. Rhodes is going to have to, he's going to have to clamor, man. He's going to have to get back into the ring. Like I said, he can smell the end. He goes for the cover. Crossroads on the outside to send Rhodes to Puerto. Oh my, you have to be kidding me at this point. I mean, these two have hit each other with, I thought he was going for another crossroads. No, instead, just an inverted DDT. But Rhodes, bad intentions on the mind. Another moonsault. Holy cow. And now, wait a minute, Rhodes has found something. Wait a minute, another crossroads. No, wait a minute, you gotta be kidding me. He's not done yet. 3 consecutive crossroads to Bobby Lashley to send Rhodes to Puerto. You're not kidding. You are kidding or you're not kidding. Bobby Lashley just kicked out of, is that 6? Is that 6 crossroads now? Oh my God. Rhodes went for one too many times. I don't know what to say, folks. Lashley just kicked out of 6 crossroads all together in this match, and now he hits oh my God, another dominator on the floor. Another dominator on the floor, but no, wait a minute. Rhodes is somehow still in this thing. I think there's a count of 5 now. Cody, if I'm Rhodes, I don't know what the hell's putting away this man. Are you like, a spear out of nowhere. I was going to say 3 crossroads, not enough. A spear to Rhodes just when Rhodes was getting in the ring, and oh my God. Cody. Oh, but speaking of oh my God, the Ring General has arrived, folks. Gunther staring down his opponent for Puerto Rico. Gunther and Lashley meet at Backlash. Where does this leave Cody Rhodes? He threw everything he had at Gunther at WrestleMania. He threw everything he had at Bobby Lashley here tonight, yet not enough. Cody Rhodes has to go back to the drawing boards. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Lashley has earned himself a World Heavyweight Championship match at Backlash. And ladies and gentlemen, as I'd always like to say, thank you for choosing me to provide you your entertainment here. And I thank you for tuning in to another episode of the JPG channel. And as always, I will see y'all on the next one.